Welcome to my channel, and I hope you have a great time watching my video and get some inspiration from it. My name is Marian, and in this video I will be explaining and demonstrating how to make a dangle from paper strips. Before we go into the topic, I want to show you an in-between project. I thought it would be nice to show you what I am working on in between videos, because I'm not working on just one project, mostly multiple. And when I get new stamps or dyes or ink, I always want to try them out and make little projects. I just want to quickly share this with you to give you some more inspiration. For this label making session, I have used these dies. You can ink them and cut them in the same time, and I wanted to get some more experience with doing that, and I used the backdrops from Tim Holtz. These are number 4, and they have some really nice text on them, and you can use that when making labels. So these are is the text that is on the paper, so it's really nice to use that. So you have no need for stamping. Let's see, some labels I did stamp, but this one is just from the paper. How nice is that? With numbers. So there are a lot of several ones. I have got circles, oval shapes. Some I stamped using just using some of my several stamp sets I have. So this is my in-between projects, and I'm going to add them to my envelope of my homemade stamps. If you want to know any more, please ask in the comments, and I am only showing this to you, not going in depth. So if you want to, please ask. Let's get back to the strip dangle. You can embellish your journal, a tag, or other projects with a dangle. I am showing you a dangle from paper strips. It is an easy and quick make. You can keep it simple, or you can go all the way. Using a theme or color of your journal, it can be a fun and playful addition. So what kind of materials do you need? Well, let's start with the main material, that is paper. Of course, you can use whatever you have or want, but it is excellent to use cut-offs, like I have here. What is also very great to use are the new strips from Tim Holtz and the old Collage Strips. When I made these dangles, the strips from the new ideology were not out yet, but I saw them and I thought, well, that will make things easier, but you of course don't have to use them. But I have ordered them. These are the strips, and the small strips are of an excellent size for it, because you have also wider strips that of course is I think a little bit too wide for the dangle, but these small strips, these would be excellent. So if you have nothing else to use, or you want to use some kind of pattern or color, you could use these strips, and then you just have to cut them to size and it's like done. So that would be a really quick and easy make. You can also use the these are the small and from the previous Collage Strips, and these are also very nice to use. I had a little bit left, a small piece, and I was just looking in if it would be a nice thing to do. And you just have to cut them in half and then again in half. So 4 strips you can take out of one of these collage strips. Just cut them in half, and then so in 4s. That's what I meant. Okay, so then you have, if you cut several ones, you have all kinds of different patterns, but you have to look and see if the pictures on it are really nice to cut, because sometimes you have like a dog or a portrait, and that's not always nice to cut it. But any other images are really nice to cut. So these are, let's see, these are from the collage strips, and these are just cut-offs from my projects, and this will work really excellent. And I have some different sizes, because you can like make the strip as long or short if what you want. Also depends on how big your project is. For a journal would be nice to make maybe a bit longer strips, and for a small, maybe for a tag, you can use a little bit shorter ones. I have made a freebie. In my previous video I showed it to you, and I will link it again in this video down below, and you can download it from my Ko-Fi site. It's free for you to use, and these pictures on it are taken by myself, so there is no copyright for you on it, so you can just use these really pretty nature photos. And so you can use these ones, and I have made 2 dangles with them, using one thinner paper and one thicker paper, so it really doesn't matter, I think, for the end result. And I also made some with blank paper, and I'm going to make a dangle with these ones. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I've also given you a size to cut if you want to do it by hand, because you can of course make strips your own size. You can use small stamps and small dies for these strips. They are just excellent for that. Sometimes it is difficult to use the really tiny die you have, but for this project it is really great to use. As you can see here, the small flower and the numbers I used, and on this a small butterfly. And you can just go through your dies like I did. So in this die set there are some really tiny flowers I can use for it. In this die set I have numbers, there are arrows, there are some I don't know how you call it, also arrow-like shapes. And let's see, in this of course we have the really nice butterflies, but you could also use a fragment as I used in this one. I will hold it up close. It is just a really tiny fragment of this doily, and you can also maybe use a little fragment of this, I don't know, you can use it. And in this one there's of course also numbers, but also these small texts you could use for it. So there are plenty small dies to use for these dangles, and also small stamps. And what I have found out is that and I could let you show you on this one. I've used big stamps, like this one's just a fragment from a stamp, but also very nice. But the eccentric stamps, I will show you. These are excellent. Like this stamp, it just fits perfectly, and that's this one. And we have more of these kind of size stamps, and if you have this set you can just fill these strips. Here is another one from Eccentric. and these numbers just fit, and one in gray. So they are really great to put on here. And what is also really nice is to put some text on it. There is a stamp set called the Tiny Text. But you can use any sentiment, strips you can put also on here. So there are so many possibilities for this dangle. And then lastly, what I want to show you about materials to use is the hardware. So it is nice to, you can put it on just a loop pin, I think you call them. It is I think most used, but you can use anything. The hole, you can, if you want to use a thread or you want to use a ribbon, you can also poke the hole with a big needle or a pokey tool. But you could also use just your crocodile for this. And I use the crocodile, you can see here, for the really round circle here, that I use the crocodile for this. So that's very easy to use for the opening. And what you can put through are just, I have here my hardware boxes. You can use like anything for it. So I have here the loop pins. They are very nice to do. You could also use just a round one. And if you, it depends on your project. If there's some fabric or a ribbon, you can use like this, a ring. You could use a little paper clip, a safety pin. Also these ones. And when you attach them to the spine of your journal, you can put this is like a brad. You can put this in and put the dangle on here. So there are so many possibilities. And then of course you can use some beading and charms. I have here a box with, this is full with just jewelry I buying from flea markets, just your necklaces and everything, earrings. Here you can see I have already started deconstructing a really big earring, and these things are so nice, you know, just to hang from your dangle or project. Also these come from a necklace. And I have some various, like I would not wear this is not my style, but I buy them because, you know, if you have just one or two of these, are so nice to hang from your project. You will look at jewelry differently, not what you could wear, but what your projects would wear. And there are some lovely colors of all kinds of beads in here, and these are just I think maybe 2 or 3 necklaces. I usually buy the ones that are full with beads, different kinds of beads and charms, so I have a lot to choose from. So this is what I've used on this. As you can see, oh, a bead, and also one of the good things, if you buy something from a flea market, there are already the rings on it, those loops, so you don't have to buy them, so you already have them. So these are from the necklaces, and this one as well. It just gives some extra color, and I like the tiny fiddly things doing that. So, and this is also something from a bracelet. Okay, so these are kind of the materials. I've shown you a lot of materials because there are so many options, but you know, you can keep it really simple if you want to, and you can go all the way if you want to. And this is also a very nice project to do on an evening if you don't want to do something complicated, but you want to do something like making labels. I like making labels, but I cannot do that every evening, so making a dangle in between is also very nice to do. So I've shown you these two I made from the freebie, and now I will show you how to use these blank ones. I gathered all my materials, and I have cut this out of here, so I have a small working spot, and I wanted to use the colors a little bit more green, blue, and lighter colors. I do have these two, which I like. This is the speckled egg and bundled sage, and I have this new color from Versifine, and I have this blue. No, it's not the same, but it's also a blue and green. I do have this color, is also a new one, which is very light, maybe for some background stamping. And I do have a brown fallen leaves and the morning mist if I want to do something that has to be very dark. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but this is, if I'm going to use something, it's all laid out here. I saw two strips that are kind of the colors I like. It's a blue greenish, and maybe it will be a front or back, I don't know. Let's see if I'm going to use them. I don't know for sure. Then I have some stamps laid out. This is a new one, and I bought it online, and I thought it would be much bigger than this. So I haven't really, I stamped it to see how it looks, but I haven't used it in a project. So let's see. It's from All and Create, and well, let's see what I can do with this. I had some plans when I saw it online, but my plans were when it wasn't much bigger. So okay. I do have these ones because they are nice circular oval shapes. So these ones, I will lay them on the side so they are not in. So I have this one from Sampool, and I like this text. And there are also some small items on here, also some sentiments, this flower will look nicely, and let's see what I can use. And of course the Eccentric, because I know that will fit perfectly. And I have not cut the strips to size because I want to stamp, and then we can overlap and then cut it. So I want to start off with stamping some text, and I have not used this one in a project, but I'm really curious to find out how this will look. And let's see, will I do it? Yes, I will put it on a block, and let's just see how that looks. Is it really a background color or not? Hardly see it on the stamp. Really hard to see. So let's just see what happens. I think this is great. Looks very nice for a background. I won't do all of them, but maybe, do I want to do two more or just the two? I think just the two. I don't want them all to be the same. Let's clean it off. and see what I want to use next, because I want to do the lighter colors first. And then I really think this would be nice for a, sorry for the plastic noise. And then I think I'm going to do that in the bundled sage, because I want it a bit in the background. Let's see, I can catch 2. Oh. So well, let's continue with stamping. And do I want, maybe I want, no, I'm not going to do more, because I don't want them all to look exactly the same. And I have my stamps on the side, so you won't see my hands, but this, and let's do this in the blue. Just first do some backgrounds. This is more visible. Let's see, what do I want to have more? I do like this text. Bonjour, it says. I can use a smaller block. And maybe I want to use this one again. See. Yes. And 2 more to go. Then I have some more flowers, which are really nice. Or do I want to use some eccentric? Oh yes, and I still have this stamp. Let's try this one. Because I think it will fit on 2. And then let's do, what color should I use? Maybe the blue or the green. Let's do the green. Let's ink it up good. And then I think it will, I can catch 2 of these. Can actually catch 3. No, I'm going to do 2. Let's do 2. Okay, that's not that bad. Very playful. So I think this is very, this splattering is really playful. So you can also use this, only this bit of the splattering if I need to fill in some spaces. So now I was already seeing something I wanted to use. Let's get out the eccentric. And I wanted to, and I don't know if it will fit on the whole line. Just, well, it fits just. And then I want to use Do I want to use the blue or the green? Blue or green? Put this on straight. Let's see. Is this straight? It's not straight. It's really difficult with these rubber stamps. Yes. Oh, well. Let's see. I'm just going to do this. I'm getting really annoyed with this. Okay, let's do the blue. Let's do the blue. Was it also something you thought of? Do a bit of a more eye-catching color on the bottom. So now I have to get it on the... It's difficult with the rubber stamp to see where it is. And let's just stamp it. Well, this is very nice. Well, you get a good look, of course, when you cut them apart, but then they have like a really nice blue. And it's just a little bit not, but, well, I'm okay with it. I don't know if you can see it from there. Do I need to hold it up close? It's just a little tiny hair. Well, it's more than a hair, but I think it's nice to... And as you can see, it's not, the stamp was not straight on the block. But I think I'm going to, because I'm going to use my craft knife, and I'm going to cut it just straight off, so there's no lines underneath. But this is a very nice color combination. Let's see. Now I'm going to continue with the stronger colors. And I do like to use something like this, the circular ones. And what do I like more? Some numbers. I want to do some numbers, and I want to use some circles. So let's see. What kind of numbers do I want to use? Let's do this one. And in here I can have some smaller. Let's see what will fit in there. I could use the numbers that were with the stamp. They will fit. Let's do that. It's 18. I can do that in there. Let's use this. No, let's use the gray for that. It's really a bit too thick maybe. And let's see. The other one, I'll use this really tiny one. And let's ink it up really carefully and not press too hard. Yes, that's better. I like this small number. Looks really great. Okay, so that are the numbers. And then I have this number. I thought about using it that there. Let's use that green color. I like that. That's lovely. Okay, so that's the green. Then I have to use something. I want to use something here and here. Let's try this one. And do the blue again. And use that. I can use it on 3. That's great. Well, that's just a tiny bit, but that doesn't matter. Okay. And do I maybe want to have something on here? Yes. Let's see. It's looking like a mess already, but when you cut it up, it will be very nice. Choosing what to use. Do I want some nature stamps? This one is also really nice. The flower, I have them in a bigger and a smaller. I think the small one. That was a good idea to have a big and a small flower. Let's see. One here. And maybe also in the blue. Here. Okay. I think I need to go take a break for dinner and then I will be right back. So I'm back from my break and let's continue with finishing these strips. And I like this flower, but let's see if I can use the big one or I can use the other one. Let's use this one. And should I use, I want to use this color for background. Yes, it's a really nice background color. And then I want to continue with the bright green and blue. And then put this back. to this has also some little stamps like a fly and a number. I think I want to use those little ones. Let's see. Speaking of flies, there is a fly that's just flew in this room, and that can be so irritating. Let's see, let's put this in green. Here. Shouldn't press too hard on these stamps. I don't know why I do that. There's no need to. And then a green. Let's do one here. And then I want a blue one. The fly is in a screen. Trying to ignore it. Let's see. Here. And I like the small accents. Can put one in here. And let's see if we have something different. Maybe something from Eccentric. I do like the stars on here. Let's do that. And let's use this green on here. The center here. And do I want any more green? I can use some green on this. Not forget the top part. Let's see. What more can I use? With a small circle. It's also very cute. Let's use some blue. Let's see. There. And I think, would that be enough? Let's just study its per strip. Putting my hand so I can see which one is the strip. If there is enough on it. I think this strip on the top here. Let's not forget the top part. Let's do some small writing. Chosen this one, and I can put this here. Let's do the green. And let's put it here. And let's see. I think I need some here. I think let's do this and then cut it and see where we are. So I'm going to cut this with a craft knife, because then I can do it better. I know you can cut this with the scissors, but I think I'm not really that straight with scissors. If you are, you can just do that. But I prefer using the craft knife, and I'm going to do that off camera because it takes too much time to show you in real time. So this is my mats, and I'm going to cut this, and as soon as I finished cutting, I show it. I have cut all the strips, and I was already playing with the other strips I have made from the collage strips. So these ones and these ones I did already cut, and I was just mixing it all up so it became just very colorful. And what I want to do, so I'm going to make two dangles, and I need to cut the holes, and I want to edge the white ones. I'm not going to do the back. You could do the same with the stamping or just give it a color, but I'm just going to leave it. I noticed that it doesn't matter if the dangle is white, but if it disturbs you, just, you know, stamp it. So I'm going to use, let's see, I think hickory smoke for etching this. I think this will look the best in the color scheme. And then I can, let's see, get some of the white, just take it, and then the white will be less white. So I'm going to do that to all the strips. Let's do that also off camera and show you the results. So this is a nice strip, and then I'm going to take crocodile from my drawer, and let's see, this is the small, and I take the small hole, and I already put some marks on it, so it's very easy to just put the black dots in the opening and just cut it so you have a hole. So I'm going to do that with all of the strips, and then we will be back to assemble the dangle. So I am done with the strips, distressing the edges and punching the holes. Look how beautiful they become. And there are a mixture of the collage strips and making my own strips. And I was already rummaging through my boxes with all my tiny die cuts and embellishments, because I want to do the first strip. I want to embellish it, and I have some numbers, I have some of these little flowers, an arrow. So I want to, let's see, embellish this one, and I want to embellish this one. So two first front, the cover strip, as you can say. And I found this number I had in my stash, in my box, and I really like this number on here, the blue. Looks like it kind of fits, kind of doesn't, kind of fits. Maybe I can cut something off, or I can just let it stick out a little bit. I think that will not be a problem. Having a little butterfly on it. I have here a pink one, but I don't know if I want to do the pink one. Probably I do. I think I want to do maybe a more greenish one, green blue, and then this. I think this would be nice. And then I have some numbers I want to do on, I don't know, can you see this really well? It's going to be like this. And the other one, I have a flower and I have some numbers I want to stick on the front, but I don't know about the color. Maybe taking this green one, well, the green fits with the other stems, but I don't know if it fits on this front. I still have an arrow, also like that one. Could use the arrow and then the numbers instead of the flower. That's also very nice. And then I will do the 5, 3, 2 or 2, 5, 3. On here. And I have this small bead. This is from this box I showed you earlier, from those earrings. So I have this one and I have a blue one. Let's see if I can do something with that. And I think I will combine these, and I will do this off camera. I have glued down both of these first strips, the cover. So this is the first one. And this is for the second one. So now I want to assemble these, and I want to do it in 2 different ways. The first one I want to do with a ball pin, and the second one I want to do with a thread. And let's see. Let's first do this with a pin. And as you can see, this bit I didn't put anything here because I have this really nice ribbons I bought just at a dollar store, and this is a really nice one, and I want to put that on, and let's see if that will fit. There's probably a name for this kind of ribbon, which I don't know in English, but doesn't matter. And I think I can just stick it through this pin, and instead of a bead I just gonna put on this. And you can of course put on anything, piece of ribbon or maybe a piece of lace even. Let's see. Bit of fiddling, and then let's see if this works. I think this is okay. Let's put the other ones on. Very easy. This is the easy part. And this is such a nice work to do when you have like a video on, or nice crafting video, and you can just do this. Very relaxing. Make a dangle, and there you have it. I like it. And they are not all the same length. You could do that, but it doesn't really bother me. And then this one I want to do with a piece of string. Let's see if I can turn this, and let's see how big of a string I need. Gonna cut some off. And this one I want to do with this bead, a little bit of a shine on it. Put it through, just fits through, and then put them on. And then you can have just 2 dangles ready for your journals or tags. It will also be very nice to put on a tag. Oh, the string is getting... Looks like this hole is a bit lower punched. Accident, but it sticks out, and I don't mind if the first one is longer, but now this middle one is longer. Do I mind? There is a number on it, so it's, I don't know. Oh, I can always cut it off if it bothers me. And I like this, also this color detail. And there we have the second one. And because I'm filming from above, I cannot let you show you how it dangles, but I think you get the meaning of it. And maybe here I'm going, I don't know, do we miss having a bead on here, or do we want to keep it simple? Can always edit later if you want to edit on the project and see if it needs something more. Kind of like the colors like this. And then I'm gonna tie it loosely, because if you want to put it on a project, maybe you need to untie it. So there you have it. Two dangles, just ready for your projects. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see them. So this is the end result. 5 dangles ready to go on your projects, your journal, tags, or other projects. And I think they make a really nice finishing touch. And it is a great spending the evening making, crafting project. So I hope you got inspired in making some of your own. And if you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. And I like to see you again in my next video. So bye.